Yes, I did.
Everyone except for Greg.
Except for me. I have bad luck when I show up at my pajamas. The biggest difference to me, this is going to sound so antisocial and so funny, but doing theater, I have to get along with, let's say a show like Hair. When we did Hair in Houston, it's a cast of what, 60, almost?
It's almost 40 people.
Almost 40 people.
And crew
And musicians and tech people and all that. And you rehearse every night from 7 to 11, forever. And then by the time you start doing the show, you feel like you're in a relationship with 40 people plus crew, and I don't always get along with that many people at once. I don't like people in my business. I don't like people telling me what to do. So voice acting is probably my favorite form of acting because I only have to please a director and a sound engineer. And I really don't have to please a sound engineer all the time. As long as I'm making my director happy, it's a good deal. And the cooler thing than theater is when you rehearse, when you perform in theater, you don't find out what you did wrong until the show is over. Like at the end of the show, you get notes and like, Ayers, what were you saying? You know, I couldn't understand anything you were saying. Whereas immediately, Jamie can go, can you do that again? And without so much spit in your mouth.
with talent.
Yeah, could you do that again, this time with feeling? And I get instant direction and instant like correction when I'm doing something wrong. And I feel like working in a booth, it feels more productive sometimes than working on stage. Sometimes on stage I feel like I'm feeling it out by myself. So that's it, not having to get along with everybody. Yes.
Who's your favorite voice actor and why? All of you.
Mark Hamill.
Is it John Leguizamo? Is he the one who did the lemur thing in Ice Age?
Well,
That one? I like him. Oh, and Robin Williams.
Mel Blanc, Kevin Conroy. Yeah. Yeah, I say yeah. For me, it's Mark Hamill because his version of the Joker in the Batman animated series is what inspired me to get into voice acting, into this whole business. And also Hank Azaria because he's a god.
Was it the original choice for the Joker?
Yes, I do.
The original was Tim Curry, and because I talked to the producer,
They thought it was too creepy for
and it was
kids.
too creepy for kids.
Mine are actually also Hank Azaria and also Mark Hamill, but I would also throw in Seth MacFarlane. Those are my two.
I'm a Mel Blanc fan. I love the Mel Blanc, Carl Stalling, Chuck Jones, classic era.
I have one. I have a frog in my throat. In the anime world, the first voice actor I ever kind of dug and looked up to was Johnny Young Bosch, because he was the first American voice.
Yeah!
He was the first American voice that I actually liked better than the Japanese, and he was, I think Trigun was one of the first dubs I watched from beginning to end. But the three people that I cited as my favorite voice actors, a lot of people don't think of them as voice actors. One being Lily Tomlin, who can throw her voice a million different ways. The other, Whoopi Goldberg.
And the third is Michael Coleman.
And now, Wanda Sykes just beat you out for number 3. Listen, he's my favorite sexy hamster, though. But yeah, they're actresses that can, on stage, play 2 or 3 roles without, anything but just a change of their voice. What about you, Jamie?
Well, it's funny because I don't normally commit to favorites. And so I'm listening, I'm like, oh yeah. So that's just, I agree with everyone. And that's all.
It's nice to be some answer.
What? No, I have a lot. But then I can't just say one favorite. I don't have a favorite anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one, but I have to say Billy West.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. So.
I agree with that too.
Just agreeable to me, Jamie.
I'm always agreeable.
And the voice of Brack.
Yes.
Brack.
No, not Andy Merrill. Andy Merrill, thank you.
Andy Merrill, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you.
It's you pointing at your forehead.
Doing this.
What's your favorite? What anime do you think was the best stuff and which do you think was the worst stuff?
Yeah, no. We try not to speak ill about it because we're all contemporaries. We all work for different studios, and really we do try to be supportive of each of them. So I will never, and I tend to like most everything that I'm seeing. So.
What was the worst that you did?
No, it's bad. We're really not. I know Monica used to talk about a show that she really didn't like, Raga, and she got in a lot of trouble for it actually because they were still trying to sell that show, and they told her they're like, please don't say this show sucks, and it was just that she didn't like working on it. My favorite style of anime might not be the worst. I mean, might not be the best, but it's my favorite. So if I think something sucks, it might be just because it doesn't fit my taste.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point on that, is that for us to say, to pick any show that we've done and say, oh, I hated that show. Well, you know what? There may be somebody in the audience who that is their favorite show.
Every show is somebody's favorite.
Every show is somebody's favorite show. And to all of a sudden hear one of the people who was a part of this show that they loved and enjoyed saying, oh, well, none of us liked it, we all hated it, really is kind of crushing for them. And I would never want to do something like Greg had said that.
And honestly, we all love all of the roles we do
Yes.
and all of the shows we do because it feeds us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
Dinner is
I could be
good.
sitting at a desk somewhere filling in information for something. I don't know, doing something that I completely hate. The last thing I'm gonna do is pick out something that I don't like in a job that I freaking love.
Thank you.
Oh, I know. The worst dub is the one I didn't get cast in.
There you go.
I don't know if you're taking requests or not, but this will probably be enlightening. What is an evil voice?
I don't think it's so much an evil voice. Yeah, I've played a lot of villains. That's my Clary goes, Chris. I don't think I don't think there's so much a voice that's evil. I mean, I think probably almost all of us up here have done evil characters. Carrie? Yeah, you've done evil characters. Yes, you have, I remember. It really, yes, there are certain tricks you can do for certain types of evil characters, but really it comes down to acting. It comes down to committing to some of these vile and heinous choices. It's again, it all goes back to acting. It's, we love our voice and be very low. But it's supported by a cast, it's supported by a character, it's supported by phenomenal script writing,
good writing,
and good directing. And so it's not just a matter of going in and putting on a funny voice. I mean, one of the creepiest voices to me that I've heard in a dub that I've worked on was not me. Greg's voice in Speedgrapher as Sujito creeps me out. It really is. There's something just really unnerving about him.
He's scummy.
He's scummy,
So moral and emotional detachment.
Yes.
Less about the voice than about where the words come from.
Yeah.
But the tone of his voice isn't scary at all, and he's very feminine sounding. But it has everything to do with the look of that character and the heinous torture device they strap to my face every day to record that.
Yes.
That made little farting sounds.
For those of you who don't know, I made a nose patch for Greg to wear.
And it was
when we
really
recorded the show.
tight.
And he'd walk out with little elastic lines up in
I'd have
his
little lines on my face. But it had more to do with the fact that he set somebody's face on fire and he was just evil. I was gonna say the voice that I thought that was the most evil is the one that sounded the most playful, and that was Hajime Boruto in Gantz.
Yeah.
He's a serial killer. He's a 16-year-old serial killer, And it's the fact that he sounds like he's giggling when he's beating this homeless man to death. And that's what Matt Greenfield said. He goes, in order for this to be, I just lost my cigarettes, never mind. The way that character would get under people's skin is to sound like a little child discovering a new toy.